The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy the show.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, my sister. What it do?
Let me just say this before we start. Every time I see our intro and I see us as superheroes, it hypes me up all the time. I be so hyped, like, oh yeah, okay, this is about to be a good show.
Gotta
save the day. Yeah. Something about being a superhero, just boost my adrenaline,
Yeah, it gives you that noble feeling. You know what I mean? Like you're doing.
Yeah, you're right. Like you're doing something real good, right?
Right.
So anyway, welcome everyone to Running with Scissors. I am your girl Michelle with the 1L.
I am RG, and our brother and our sister might be here today.
I don't know. They may pop in here, but as of right now, it's just RG and me.
Yep.
And today's topic is, what if a good life doesn't look the same for everyone?
You know what? That is a bar. Whoever came up with that idea, thank you, because I've been having a variation of this conversation for like the last month and a half with people. So,
yeah. This is going to be a good conversation because you know what? The blueprint, who creates the blueprint for what a good life should be and shouldn't be?
Right.
And if you're following that blueprint, what happens if what happens if you're not following the blueprint that you think was set for your life?
See, it depends on who said it, though. You know what I mean?
Who said it, right? Well, there's so many factors that are involved in that, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
So, dog, before we get started, I sent you the most ridiculous clip ever in life, right?
Yeah, you did.
And young people who Google and grew up with the internet your whole life, stop playing with us. Because I watched this young brother try to tell me that Thriller video was about crackheads. And I was like, what are you talking about? He tried to equate the Thriller video to how crackheads react. And I'm like, bro, crack wasn't even out when Thriller came out. You were not even a Thriller in your daddy. What are we talking about here?
But the crazy part about that is that the way that he broke it down, someone would actually believe that.
Because, okay, it makes sense, right? Because we've seen what crack does to people. So I don't discount it. But young person, shut up. You're not gonna take it. You're not gonna take this from us.
Crack doesn't turn anybody into a freaking zombie. I mean, the quotation marks.
Okay.
I'll put that on there.
Right.
But come on, I mean, if you really think about it and go watch the video again, do you really think crackhead when you watch it?
No. Okay, because here's where our generation has context and their generation does not, right? So Michael Jackson was a big fan of Vincent Price. He was one of the old school guys that did scary movies and stuff like that. So this was a callback to movies of that time frame. It was meant to be a kind of old school scary
thriller.
I don't know, thriller.
We used to have something called Chiller Theater that came on with the hands. So Vincent Price, wasn't he when he wasn't the voice of the thing, but a lot of his movies. He were in a lot of those movies.
Yeah. He was either the lead actor or the reason why these movies were out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why
he was the Stephen King of his time. You know what I'm saying?
And he was the narrator at the end. So yeah, makes sense. But they want to flip and talk about crackhead. I said, oh God, you know what? I said, ridiculous. What's wrong with these people? Hey,
did I hear crackhead?
Yeah.
Because our little kids are trying to take Thriller and say it's all about crack cocaine. And we're like,
no. The movie, not the movie, the song and the video, Thriller, was about crackheads.
And it's not.
I can see that.
Absolutely not.
I can see why they say it, but that's not
the thrill, the high.
It's not the case.
Right? The thrill and the high. Anything's possible when you think about the industry with all the subliminal stuff they put in there.
But there was no crack cocaine when Thriller came out. It wasn't even a crack era.
Wasn't that the 80s?
No, but when that video came out, the crack era had not hit yet.
That's because all the white people who made the video was smoking it.
There's no way possible that movie was about.
It's a call back to Vincent Price. Google it.
Everybody knows that Michael Jackson was a big, huge fan of Vincent Price.
What's funny is, like 5 minutes ago, when I jumped on, that's the same thing I did. I was like, "Are you guys talking about crack?"
Y'all are not gonna tell me y'all. I'm not gonna let these new millennials or whatever they got, Generation Z or whatever they are, come in and try to.
See, so you wanna protect your memories, but literally this subliminal stuff and everything.
I don't disagree with that, but I also know that video was not about crack.
Thank you. We know this.
Whatever subliminals was in there, whatever subliminals were in there, it wasn't crack. It might have been something else, but not that.
So, all right, you got some.
What video in particular are we talking about?
Michael Jackson's Thriller. One of your little people then mess around and say it's about crack cocaine. Get your people, dog. Get your people.
Don't say that's my people, bro. I'm in my mid-30s. That ain't my people. I'm not claiming that. That man was not talking about no damn crack.
Thank you.
Oh, crack of all things. If anything, it'd be about not that.
Witchcraft or some other stuff. Yeah, I would go with. But because he got kicked out of his community with the Jehovah's Witnesses for doing that video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because of the whole occult thing. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, because he would put a disclaimer in there saying that he didn't wreck that life because his mama was worried that he was gonna go to hell for making the video.
Well, they didn't care because they kicked them. What they call that when you get kicked out of the Jehovah's Witnesses?
Excommunication, my dear friend.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Of all the people to excommunicate, you said Michael Jackson. The man who could have turned up, like literally, he could have turned up the Jehovah's Witnesses. It made people. It could have made people not, but he could have made of all the people, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that you want to give a problem to the biggest star in the world at his time frame.
He wasn't a star yet before Thriller like that, so they ain't, He
was
talking about
Michael Jackson wasn't a star before Thriller.
Not the same volume. When Thriller hit, yes, he was a childhood star, but when Thriller hit, that took him to a whole other level.
No, I'm not accepting that.
We have a drug policy here, and I'm not going to accept that. What are you talking about?
What? We talking about Michael Jackson.
No, what
as a child, he was a star.
Yeah, he was a childhood star, but they did a whole nother level on him after Thriller.
Well, yeah, but you got to think about it.
That's when they fully got him separated.
I would not say that he wasn't less of a star. He just did. I mean, he's older now. Things are different.
Look, he was in an abusive relationship with the industry. They had plans for that boy. They separated him from his family. They separated him from his faith. They changed him from being black. Like everything changed after Thriller. That's what I'm saying.
Michael, did they separate from his family or did their daddy do that?
I think if anything, he wants to escape. And plus, he knew he was a star. He wasn't playing that.
I mean, I would have ran from that house too. I mean,
he was like, the grass is greener.
No, how many times, Joe? You remember that? How many times, Joe? Jermaine was probably still out there moving bricks.
Joe was
right
mad.
Now.
He was like,
yeah. All right, so check this out. Michael Jackson largely separated himself from his family, particularly his father, due to childhood abuse, intense pressure, and financial exploitation. While he maintained a close bond with his mother, Catherine, he established significant emotional and physical distance from his siblings and father to pursue a solo career and secure independence. Yeah, he did that himself.
He did.
Right, but how much damage did he get afterwards? Like the grass wasn't greener.
Well, the damage started at home. So then if
they definitely opened the door.
With the industry, of course, it's going to be a lot more stuff.
Open the door. He got drug out of it at 5. What are you talking about?
Right. I was about to say.
All the things that happened to Michael Jackson started from home.
Yeah. Joe was like, dang it, I wasn't done using him. He out now.
He gone now.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. Penny does have a point with something. Michael Jackson turned into a global superstar with the release of the album Thriller in 1982. While Off the Wall in 1979 established his adult solo career, Thriller shattered records as the best-selling album.
I don't disagree. But Penny said he wasn't as much of a star. Before
he was an undeniable star, but he became a global superstar.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. There's a
difference. That was inevitable. That was going to happen anyway. Because
for sure.
Look at him. We already know that was going to happen.
You know what? I wonder if he had kept his original nose. I wonder how far he would have went.
The same way, because the music never changed.
The music would never change.
Nah, no.
Yeah.
The music never changed.
If he had kept them natural curls and his original nose, no.
Well, as time evolves, I don't think we'd have been looking at Michael Jackson anyway.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Penny might have a point in regards to because at the time period, mind you, this is the late 70s going into the 80s. In the 90s, I believe that if he did not have the pallor of the Caucasians, I think that he would have not have.
If he didn't have a global look,
he wouldn't. Yeah, if he didn't have a global look,
if he didn't change his octave,
I'll push back
the rest of his life.
That was strategic. I'm with you on this one.
I'll push back just a little bit, right? Because you're acting like he was a new artist. This guy had already traveled the globe before he was 12. He had mad generations of people who already knew who he was, and he had a legacy from one of the greatest record labels of all time. So he was really good, regardless of whether his face changed or not. And we forget about this vitiligo thing where he's going to end up being like Caucasian, whether he wanted to or not.
No facts. That vitiligo was going to be. I believe win. Like that was one of the thing he dealt with.
It may add to the marketing, but it was going to happen.
I'll be like between vitiligo and the bleaching. I mean, really. I mean, look at our black stars now. How many of them have they bleached as we speak? Like I know some of y'all like Beyonce and stuff. She's not her original tone no more. Most of the people that we like are not. They all been bleached now, and they changed their nose still. In 2026, they still being altered.
I'm from Houston, so I can't accept Beyonce
slander. That Beyonce wasn't.
I don't believe.
Look, I gotta draw the line.
She hasn't had no plastic surgery on her face. None.
Man, you can't see it.
I don't know what you see, but Beyonce looks the same.
Beyonce
looks the same to me.
You don't see that her tan that she got a wintertime coat that don't never leave no more.
There is no evidence there is no evidence or verification that
Beyonce had no. That's one thing I don't feel like. Not Beyonce. She ain't changed her face.
Make sure when you go to weareunited@myyahoo.com and address the Owens.
Beyonce didn't change her face because I'm usually the one that be like, okay, yeah, she didn't do no work to her face.
Yeah, and her accusations of skin lightening often surface after high-profile events with dramatic lighting.
After makeup and lighting, exactly.
Such as the Renaissance film premiere, which has been strongly denied by her mother, who attributed the appearance just changes to hair and makeup. Not enlightening. That means, and that's a real thing, right? Because if I came in here,
we are united. MyYahoo.com.
I was about to say they all deny it. Every time, like we still thinking that Michael Jackson's hair is actually that straight. No,
okay, but let's
No, we
let's
don't.
be very real, Penny. When are you gonna actually see this?
We don't.
When are you gonna actually see this person's actual face without makeup and everything? Unless they pull a Viola Davis during the actual show, you're never gonna see it. It's always gonna be different lighting, different makeup.
Viola out here catching strains, bro.
I need a bunch of side by sides for me to be convinced, because Beyonce's face hasn't changed to me at all.
At all, like, and that's
at all. At all. If you're talking about her skin color, if you're talking about skin color, okay, I mean, makeup is that. But as far as
makeup,
look, nose and cheek, all that stuff, no.
Face and hands. Well, I've seen a lot of them folks, and them folks, they don't be looking the same. Them noses be changing. It's a lot better surgery than when Mike had it. When Mike had it, was like that was too much.
The only person I can really just be like, hey,
Mike had an awful surgeon.
I was about to say, but the only person surgeon who I can honestly say, like, the surgeon is what's her name? The one who built the empire off of her daughter's coochie.
You talking about Kardashian?
The Kardashians. What's her name? You know
Kim. Kim?
No, Caitlyn. Her mom.
Oh, that's the dad.
No, my bad. The other one. We respectful around here, y'all. Like, don't take them laughing.
The mother looks amazing.
You decide to do it yourself.
The mom looks amazing. What's the mother? I can't think of the mother's name at all.
Because she doesn't her original set either.
She already posted that she did all this work.
I'm about to say a lot of folks do. Folks be tearing themselves.
She looks amazing.
Y'all remember?
Wait. Come on. Wait. Give me.
Chris Jenner.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily.
Chris Jenner.
She looks amazing.
Yeah. I don't like
Keep going.
Her surgeon. Hey. Surgeon of surgeons. That man.
With all that money they spend, I hope they do a good job. Y'all remember when Vivica Fox was cute?
Jesus Christ, bro! Y'all gotta go look at it.
Like Vivica Fox and Kim, Lil Kim, they could have left their faces alone. They tore themselves up. It was like, why'd you do that?
That's terrible. Guys, we are halfway into the show and we have not talked about this topic yet. So we're gonna redirect and we're gonna get to what we're supposed to be getting to the money.
Well, I did want to hijack. I wanted to a little bit. There's some segue. I wanted to hijack.
It is a segue. It is.
But
there's a segue. What if a good life doesn't look the same for everyone or with its original parts?
Like a nose job.
Well, first we have to establish, what the blueprint is, because sometimes there is a blueprint that people follow that they think that they should be following. And if they follow or veer off the path, they somehow feel like they failed in life.
Yeah, that's some generational curses right there all day.
Yeah. So you ask yourself these questions. Am I doing life right? Am I living a life that actually fits me?
I was about to say, and who gets to determine that?
And who gets to determine that? But the problem is if you feel in your heart of hearts that you're not living life right because you base it off of what others think or what you see others have or what you see others do.
So we're gonna take a survey here first. We're gonna take a survey on here before we give it to the audience.
Sure.
What's up? What you got?
Do I feel like I'm living my life right now? Absolutely, I do. I am where I'm supposed to be.
Yep, I do too. It didn't happen before I started the network, but once I started the network, I'm like,
and I'm not gonna act like I've always felt like this.
No, I did not.
I felt like I was behind for many, many years.
Facts.
For sure. Definitely felt like I was behind. Because life's hiccups, caused me to take some steps back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, damn, I'm 10 steps back now. I should be further ahead than where I am right now. But right now, I feel like that I'm of an age where I'm just where I am and just looking forward to what's next.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as you haven't given up completely on your life and you just feel like, oh, well, life is just going to pass me by.
I guess this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
No, I would say that I'm living a good life. And I know that it doesn't look the same for what my parents were doing at all. I think I scared the crap out of them with the way that I live my life, for sure. Excuse me, I'll take it back. I know I scare the crap out of my folks with the way that I live my life. They be like, this is the same little girl who just jumps in the air and like, wee, just to find out if somebody's going to catch her. And I'm like, yeah, yes, I am. Let's just.
But why should it scare them? Shouldn't they be excited for you to extend yourself out and push your limits?
Because I don't have any limits. And they know that. They're like, man, she's capable of anything.
But that's a dub. I don't know why that should be a scary thing.
That is very much so a dub. That's lit.
See, but for them, parents, you know how everything, you still look at your parents or they look at you like you still their child, right?
Because you are.
Girl, they're a little skinny girl. They be like, you did what? You talking to homeless people underneath the bridges? You doing what at what time of night? You was traveling across town by yourself. They be like, right. That Penny. Yeah, she ain't gonna never change. No, it's like, yes, mine is different from your life. Like I've definitely had that conversation with, as far as my adult parents, right. That what they thought things were going to be. I'm like, no, I never fit into that box and follow any of those rules.
I guess, are we going to break? So I have a question I want to ask. Before we go to break, and then we can answer when we come back.
Okay.
So to the audience and to you guys, if there was ever a time in your life that you felt like you were behind, why?
Ooh,
that's a good one. Ooh, I wonder how many people can identify why.
I definitely can.
Hey, look, we ain't gonna tell nobody. We ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, so 1,000 of us.
Great, we can answer, and anyone in the chat want to chime in on? They can.
Why?
Ezell didn't answer.
You said you want me to do what? Come here.
So you ain't answer. You living a good life? We're gonna
answer after the break.
All right, I got you. I'll come back with my answer. Let me go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some juice.
Are we doing
commercial?
Thank you. He's ready to get up mid-show. Like, what the hell?
They must already went on break.
She like mad if you hanging.
Break. I'm about to say, I think our help has already went on break. We gotta wait till they come back to the bathroom.
All right, let me forgive me. I'm about to hit the button. Okay, say it one more time, Ezell.
Commercial.
He said.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Turn it up and feel the rhythm of the greatest old school music ever made. From Smokey Robinson and the Temptations to Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Luther Vandross, and more. This is the music that touches your soul and moves your spirit 24/7. Listen live now at WSANradio.com and take the vibe with you everywhere. Download the WSAN Radio app today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. WSAN Radio, feel the soul.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
We are back. Running with Scissors. I'm RG. My sister, Michelle with one L. The one and only Penny Owens, the founder of Pitch and Pennies. And the one and only super educated educator, Ezell Moon. Like what I did right there, right?
Super educated educator. I love it.
That's right.
SEE. See?
That's right.
See?
Tonight's topic. Oh, man, Libby. Go ahead.
Okay.
What if a good life doesn't look the same for everyone? That was a bar. Well done.
All right. I asked a question before we went to break. Have you ever felt like you were behind in life? And if you did, why?
So you got 2 questions, E.
All right. I feel like because of the knowledge that I have, that I am where I'm supposed to be. I'm impacting the people that I need to impact in the manner in which I need to. Because I've actually watched people take some of the things that I've done, some of the things that I've said, and utilize it in their lives to make advancements, and that's a beautiful thing. I can admit that I also always have that feeling of like, oh, okay, I need to catch up to, whichever version of myself in the multiverse is so much further past here. But
multiverse, I like
yes,
that.
I'll definitely
Okay, Spider-Man.
See?
Hey man, hey, listen, it's another version of us that are all like on a group call from our respective yachts. So we got to keep that in mind. Like, but
yeah,
I would say this, and the funny thing is, all the yachts are in the same body of water. But anyway, I do also very much so believe that when it comes to the second question, what was the second question?
Why?
Why?
Why is because
if you ever felt like you hadn't,
right?
Why?
I would say that the why is because of the fact that I believe in my potential.
Oh, sorry.
And I believe in like not just my potential. I believe in who I am, the version of myself now, and the version that I'm stepping into, that I'm working towards. And so that belief is what is like continuously driving me forward, and it's what's keeping me up at night. It's what's making me like work extra hard to catch up to the like I said, to another version of me. So
okay,
interesting.
Okay, all right.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir. I would say I answered the other one before the break. I would say the time where I felt like I was behind is when I dropped out of college the first time. And I think I've talked about this before because it was always, hey, go to school, go to school, go to school. And I finally get to school and then I had to drop out. And I felt like such the mad failure. Like this sounds crazy, man. At one point I felt like I had nothing to offer anyone. And it was really devastating me because I had put so much of my energy into being a college student that I couldn't see anything else. And I had to take that fall to understand where I was truly meant to be. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized that. So that's why I can honestly say in this point, I'm where I need to be. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
That's cool. You got one, Miss Shane?
I do have one. I will say this. There has been multiple times in my life that I felt like I was behind. And the reason why was because I would start things and stop things, trying to be a mother, going to school. Okay, I can't be a mother and go to school. That was my mindset then. Mm-hmm. So I would stop. I wouldn't go to school. And then I would beat myself up for not finishing school. So then I would go back to school again, and then something would happen. I would stop again. So it was a constant thing where I felt like there was some things that I did not complete and I should have completed in my life. And I allowed I'm a mother, so I can't do this because I need to be present for my kids. And I'm over here doing this, trying to make money. So all these different factors have caused me to feel like I was behind until, and also things that I know that there was things that I should be doing that I wasn't doing. So I know there was a plan already made for my life because God already let me know what that was. And I wasn't aligned with what my purpose was. So that is going to convict you. So for many, many years, I was convicted because of that. And still, I said, I need to align with what God wants for me and what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's why where I am today, I'm so cool with where I am because I know that this is aligned with God's purpose in my life. So I'm good. And I might not be the richest, so and all those different things. And I still feel like I'm going to have things that are maybe an obstacle, but I will not allow that to push me back or make me feel like I can't move forward.
Yeah, I can dig that.
I respect it. I
definitely understand that. Yeah.
I was saying in my 20s, when I felt like things wasn't right, it was similar to you, Michelle, where it's like I had just started my family as an adult in another city, away from from everyone I knew, and I really felt like I knew something was different and I couldn't figure out exactly what it was going on. Because if I did start something I didn't finish, I knew why I didn't. I had a fear of success. And it sounds crazy. Like most people have a fear of failure. Mine was a fear of success. And it was just because I took being a mother very seriously. I was like, when I have kids, like I don't care about nothing, but when I have children, I will be their first teacher in all of the sense. And I will make sure that our family starts traditions and that, you know, we have a place of home. And I took it really, really serious, but I wouldn't split that time up to dedicate to anything else. I did not want work to be why I couldn't be the kind of mom that I want to be. So I felt like I had either like a lack of dedication, a fear of commitment, or why won't you follow through? Like, why are you afraid? But I knew I work hard. I do a lot of research in what I'm doing. I take everything really seriously. Like I'm gonna give you 130. I'm gonna be very present. So I knew if I do this, it's going to work. And now I can't be home. So it's like I wouldn't start nothing I didn't plan on finishing. And I did that in a lot of different areas. And I know my mother was like, Penny, you should make a lot of money. You cook, you make, you do hair, you make things, you're artistic. You should be making all kinds of money. You got kids in the house, charge them like they do everything. And I was like, I don't care about money. I care about helping people. And I just want to be with my children. And I'm not going to let a stranger raise my children. So I thought something was off and I knew that it was different than what other people thought we should be doing, but I was happy with it. It was like, it was hard because I didn't have that money, but I refused to go against what was important to me to get it. Looking back at it now, life could have been easier if I just went ahead and, hustled through, but I took it very seriously and I just couldn't.
I have one extra question for you. How much was it about the money or how much was it about actual security that you felt like you need to have at the moment? Because it's two different things. A lot of people got money, but they have no security in their mind, soul, and body. Yeah. So I would like to know that.
At that time, I didn't have either. My life was not secure. It was still very unstable, and I did not have the money, but I had my family. And we were good. Like everyone knew that I loved them. They knew they could count on me and my family. Whatever it was, we would still give. And we had love. So we never missed that. Every day was a moment. Every day was a memory. And that was all I cared about.
Right. It's like so you could have did that with a different tax bracket? You could have did that with a different tax bracket?
Man, we was doing limbo underneath the tax bracket. We ain't had no money. we ain't have it. Luckily I was living in B-more. And at that time it wasn't as expensive. But no, I know now that either I am just not afraid or I'm really just not thinking about stuff. Like I don't think about fear in that sense. But I mean, I moved out with no plan. I just knew what I wasn't doing. I wasn't going back home. I'm going to figure this out. I got my first apartment with a part-time job. I made enough to get into the apartment and it was just like, I'm going to figure it out. And that's what I did.
I asked you that because somebody needs to hear that. Thank you.
Always in hustle
That's
mode.
why I asked you that.
That part.
Figure it out, right? It was like, just figure it out. I heard check to check was a thing and it ain't just my thing. So I just didn't. I didn't take it that seriously and I didn't let it stop me though.
Yes.
I respect it.
Love it. And sometimes you have to think about who taught you what a good life is supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
What was it for you, Michelle? Like what was
I'm gonna have to say
did you have that? There you go. That's the question.
No, I didn't.
An example of what a good life is.
I grew up in a struggle, so for me, I just knew that I didn't want to struggle, but I think that not wanting to struggle caused me to struggle more because I made shitty, excuse my expression, bad decisions.
You had no blueprint because remember, we were taking our cues from people who were already struggling. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it was like, I don't want to struggle, so I'm going to do things that probably I shouldn't have done. Because, for the moment, I'm good right now, but it wasn't the long game, So it was like the right now. I wasn't taught about the long game. I wasn't taught that, you need to have good credit, all the things that, and you need to save and those different things. And then once I had kids, it was like, I just got to do what I got to do to feed my kids.
Right.
All right. It's business at that point, right?
Yeah. It's like, all right, so whatever I got to do. But I feel like with that mindset, it caused me to struggle even more.
So you went from miseducation to struggle
and not really knowing how to get out of it for real.
Yeah,
I knew that there was something I was supposed to be doing. So I thought, okay, let me go to school and get my degree because I didn't get the degree. And then when that blew up, it was like, I'm a failure.
Right. What do we do? Exactly. What do we do?
You know what? See, all of us, Ezel, did you graduate from college?
Yeah.
Multiple times.
I was about to say, right? Look, right?
Degree
Look, and that's what I thought was like. See, okay, your education was different. I went to school, right? Be like, Mom, I love you, because I don't think she know yet. I was waiting until she got old. She couldn't chase me, but I went to school, but it wasn't the way that I wanted it. I only chose it because it was the furthest from home. It was all black college. University of Maryland Eastern Shore, right? I was excited about it, but it was like when I went, I saw immediately how greedy they were. They said yes to everybody. It was overpopulated. They did not have enough rooms, but that chaos, I ended up staying in like a senior apartment versus a dorm for freshmen. So I was like, okay, chaos, that works. But I didn't have any money. I couldn't get my books. I couldn't get everything that I needed to just like the basic minimal. So I left. But what I learned from the experience was how easily we could be misled. Everybody that I went to school with, all of them from different nationalities and different backgrounds, but their parents, especially ones from other countries, they took education very, very seriously. And I got to learn how Americans don't, how wasteful we are, how we don't take things that serious, and that we're not guided. How, like, every one of my peers went to school for business management. Ask me how many businesses they run now. Like, none of them knew what kind of business they wanted. They just knew they didn't want to work for somebody because that was taught to us. You don't want to work for nobody. You want to make some more, money on your own. Don't be no slave. Like, we were taught from the lack, from void and fear. So none of them had real plans for their future. A lot of them did stay and graduate, but I just got to see, it was like I got thrown into how just confused we really are in our culture, what we are not taught. And if you are first generation, that's a lot of pressure. It's like, that's a lot of pressure, and you don't have no examples and no guidance, but y'all want me to do right. That ain't fair. That's not fair. If I do wrong, how you gonna prove it? And speaking of doing wrong and how you gonna prove it, my whole spring semester, I stayed in my room. I only left to eat. I didn't even go to class anymore. And one thing I learned is that I totally made my report card like pixel by pixel to match. Pixel by pixel. I made a whole report card and sent it home.
Wow.
Ooh, you need to be in.
I gave myself at least one C. I ain't making it perfect. I gave me a C when I was like, good. And I learned, I was like, oh, you real creative. Oh, this will work. I mean, I learned how far I would go to, one, avoid trouble, and two, where it was just like, it shouldn't even be this easy. This is crazy. Like, people are spending all kinds of money and debt and don't nobody know what's going on for real. The adults, the teachers, the students. I was like, what's the point of this chaos? This is a very expensive lesson for what?
Well, no. I didn't have to think. I failed math wholeheartedly. Every other class was fine. Math beat my ass. It really did. It's like the smell what the rock is cooking.
I have a question for you guys. Yeah. Go ahead, Ezel. I'll ask after you finish.
No, I was gonna say that oddly enough, like, I taught math for many years, and I also, like, there was only one math that I think I've said this once before. Only math that I ever just really had an issue with was my statistics class. Every other math, even when it came to calculus, I at least passed with a B. But stats, nah.
You said nah. See, most people say calculus. That's usually one that everybody hates. Is calculus.
Nah, calculus wasn't bad, bro. Like, it was cool. It was just stats.
See, he and math is, a lot of folks don't like calculus.
One of my people just texted me their comment because they were trying to put it in the thing. I guess it was too many words. So if you guys, I'm going to read it really quick.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. This is my first time tuning in. Nice to be here. Shout out to my sister girlfriend and my day one, Michelle, with the 1L. I just wanted to say I agree that a good life doesn't look the same for everyone, because we're all individuals with different journeys. But listening to your comments also made me think about how our steps are already ordered by God. The ups, the downs, the obstacles, and even the unexpected turns are all part of the path that brings us to exactly where we are today. So in a way, each of us is right where we were meant to be in this moment because everything we've experienced helped shape the journey we're on.
Thank you. Good look. Good look. Appreciate that.
100%.
Yes.
I have a question for you guys. When you look back at your life years from now, what will matter more? Being understood by others or being true to yourself? I already know what your guys' answer is going to be.
I was about to say we might as well give that one. We already know how everybody on this panel fit. But
you know, there are some people that still
audience.
I'm so misunderstood.
You might as well let the audience answer that one.
That's why they want to answer, chime in, because I really want people to know that being understood by others is so overrated.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm actually like, I literally had a conversation with someone earlier today who was probably tuning in right now because I made sure to share this to my platform as well because I wanted them to see this. Shout out to you. Because I wanted them to see this. And I don't care. Put me on full screen. Put me on full screen. Put me on full screen. No, bro, because you need to hear this. And this is for all of those y'all out there as well. I do not care. And the reason why I do not care is because I've spent too many years caring. What do I mean by I don't care? I don't care about how you honestly feel about me in regards to situations that we are going through, your interpretations of my actions. I don't care about any of that. I just want to make sure that everything I do positively impacts people. In your case, though, on this platform, your case, I really, really, really don't care. And the reason why I really, really, really don't care is because I gave you a lot of positive memories. And if you decide to take anything and say, oh, and spin it to me negative, well, guess what, dog? That's on you. I don't care.
You see them darts that he was throwing at the camera? He was like, and
he needed to get that out, and that's what it is. He needed to get that out. But I have another question. How many of your goals are actually yours, and how many were inherited from someone else's idea of success?
Oh, yeah, my earlier goals were definitely inherited.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I mean?
So.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't know whether I was gonna say something horrible. I didn't have a pot this and one go out. No, I was about to say I knew what the shit or why my watch because I was totally going off of somebody else's game plan. I had no clue what the hell I was
doing. But isn't that the case for, I mean, as a mother, I feel like I put stuff on my kids that I feel like they should do. This is what you should do. You got to succeed in this way.
Right.
And it's helpful and harmful.
Of course, you're going to lay out like some type of game plan for your kids because that's what a good parent will do.
But like, sometimes it's bad because you could be projecting what
you shouldn't shut down. Like, hey, if this child has an idea for themselves, like in regards to like, oh, okay, well, this is something I feel like, oh, well, cool. Well, hey, if you want to make that your main plan, at least set yourself up with these backup plans in case you need this to fall back on and that don't work out, or you find that, hey, your circumstances, like for example, if in fact you tell me, if my son says, Dad, I want to grow up to be a clown.
Oh God.
Clown away. Clown around town. But hey, do me a favor real fast. Hey, you see this engineering thing right here? Oh, you see this IT stuff right here? Go check that out. Make sure you at least have that backup, just in case you don't like the lifestyle of being a clown. I heard there's a lot of meth there. But, check this other stuff out. At least you don't have to, deal with the
meth clown, bro. For real?
You're going to support the clown.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there. I will pull up to the circus. I will be there. Which I'll buy your first red nose and put it on you my damn self. But at least have these things to fall back on. Because I know that feeling, bro. I know that feeling of being on somebody else's time. Yeah. And if I really had it my way, I would have figured out what I know now about myself earlier. That way I could have just been like, okay, I'm just going to focus on buying my first apartment complex. It's going to be my main focus. I'm going to just focus on that. And that'd be that.
I can agree with that because I wanted to go to school for psychology, and my mom was like, "No, you should go to school for engineering." Because I was one of those guys, tinker, build shit, tear it apart. Yeah, I was that guy.
She saw something in you that was, that she felt like you would probably benefit better from that than a psych.
I would think our parents do.
True.
They've been
there.
But
she didn't see college algebra because if she hadn't seen that, she would have sent me to psychology because I could read my ass off.
But
she didn't see that.
But I think sometimes that can be a disservice to the kids if you are not if there's no structure or if there's no real guidance, or you're just saying do this,
yes,
and don't do that. Do this. Choose this path. Don't choose that path. Because I mean, people have shot down their kids when they say they want to rap or they want to do something that we feel is not going to be beneficial for them in the long run. You can't retire from rap because we're thinking about when you get old.
You should look them in the face and be like, "You can't retire now. Your turn."
But that ain't true because we see rappers out here doing their thing.
Right. But okay, so for us, right, our generation, it's better now than it was back then.
Oh, it is better now. For
you
sure.
had 3 albums and we never heard from you again.
Yeah, that's true.
3 times dope. Where you at? Special ed, milk carton. So for our time frame, that was very realistic. You know what I mean? But now it's
I would say for the simple thing, those names but the old school rappers are coming back now.
Oh
because they couldn't retire.
And I ain't seen all of them. I ain't seen all of them. Yeah, some of them.
Need to
sit coming back.
They need to.
Well, some of them went other directions where what we were talking about earlier, the drugs, all the different things, and kind of took them up out of here. Yeah, well, not literally up out of here, but out the game, and their focus got completely derailed. So yeah.
So I felt like at that time frame, it was realistic to be like, because Run DMC was by themselves as platinum hit makers at that time frame. They were by themselves. They were the first. You know what I'm saying?
They were the first. That's true. Yeah. So aspiring to be a rapper, you're saying back then was not a realistic goal.
I would say it wasn't realistic, but it was a long shot. In the ultimate
way. That's true because back then they didn't have all these contracts and different things. Back then, it was who you knew, and a lot of them was getting taken for they were signing their name on the dotted line.
Like now, they don't even do contracts. Now they encourage the viral moment, the one hit wonder.
Yeah,
you don't even have to have talent now.
I mean, and it makes sense though for them, because of the fact that why would I even approach someone that isn't already viral and getting it for themselves? Then all we have to do is just push a button, and then boom, we expand it. We reap the benefits and keep pushing. I mean, every industry at that level is predatory and it's self advertising. So
it's so true.
Indeed.
Yeah, my daughter wanted to rap. She was in a I would say maybe early 20s, and she's good. I think she's good, but I also feel like if you're gonna rap, you need to study that thing. You need to focus on that thing.
Your daughter raps?
My daughter, she raps. She's not rapping now.
Thanks.
What's your rapper name?
Just find out.
My name is T. Jones.
You said what?
T. Jones. Go look up on YouTube.
I'm about to what's going.
She don't rap right now because she's kind of put that to the side. But I used to tell her because I think it was just something to do for her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if this is not going to help you to get any money, what you doing? And you got to if you're going to be a rapper, you need to be the best rapper you could be on this planet. That means that you're just not going to just write someone on the pad and say it. You need to study that thing, research that thing. If I ask you who's background, right, know all of the rappers, you need to know that thing.
Portions of
all of that, right? Yeah. Don't just be like, I can rap good. I'm gonna go lay a track down.
Right.
See, now my stuff was different. Like my family, they separate. My parents separated when I was 4. And my mother is outside of the box. My father was more like black and white. My mother completely outside the box and down the street somewhere, right? So it was completely different. She raised me, to ask questions and to think for yourself. So that's what I did. I mean, I listened to how the adults in the family and my friends, they all had chaos for normalcy. And I watched it and I was just like, I'm not going to do that. Right. So it's like I didn't have a role model of how to do things, but I totally had role models of how not to do
what
things.
not to do, right?
Yeah, so I've been freestyling forever, and for my kids, because I didn't care about money, I never pushed them toward. Since I didn't care about money and I wasn't dedicated to anything like that, I didn't push them towards long-term careers. I did not push them towards college if you had to do that. I didn't teach them to be, millionaires. I taught them to make sure that they knew who they were. It's like, I mean, since they were little, I always bookmarked. What did they like? What did they draw to? What were their passions? What was it that they were skilled at? And I just took notes of it. I bookmarked it. Every time I bookmarked it. And I was just like, it's my job to keep that alive. Before life teaches them and takes their dreams, it's my job to watch them, observe what they're doing, and keep that alive. So each one of my kids, is 7 in the house right now. Each one of them are completely different paths. Now, the trick for that, and a lot of parents don't like that when you have multiples, how are you going to show up for choir and orchestra and football and gym? You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to do that? But it's like, you're a parent, you got to figure it out. You know? You can't steer them all towards the same goal because you lazy. Yeah, I said it. Just saying, you can't do that. That's not fair. Either. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, if you ain't want to be running over the town, you should have less babies. But each of us are different. And I see a lot of households where they just kind of put like this one recommendation of what the good life looks like. And everybody's supposed to follow it. And we all know as parents, each one of them kids is different. Mm-hmm. You can't teach them the same way. You can't discipline them the same way. So you can't raise them necessarily the same way. You just can't. It's just, you can't. So with them, it's like if the kids, I mean, right now, for the most part, they're pursuing different things. I told them to pursue what it is that you like. Understand that you are going to do things that you don't want to do to handle business. You will have to handle business. But if you don't like it, it's your life. Do what you like. If you're going to invest time, if you're going to invest money, and you're going to invest energy, let it be something that you love about it, whether it's your coworkers, the money, what you're learning from it. Just do something and never feel like you're stuck, because there's a world of options out here. Don't stay stuck, not one place. So it's like if they lose a job or they had to quit because something bad happened, there's enough of other jobs and other people. Go find a new one. Touch everything. In your 20s, touch everything. Make all the mistakes and learn what it is that you like and what you don't like. Like, go get some life experience underneath your belt. Just do it, because it's going to be different for all of us. It really is. You don't want to find that out at 40, because we see it all the time. People in their 50s and 60s now are just now finding out, like, oh, I don't think I did it right.
Yeah.
So I have another question, guys. What expectations about adulthood have you had to unlearn?
That adults are stupid.
You got to unlearn that adults are stupid. I had to come to terms with that.
That adults are stupid, right?
Right. So I knew that then. I got proof when I got adult, and then I started charging folks for that same knowledge.
I can't say that I knew it back then, because I wanted to be. I felt like being an adult was like, oh yeah, I can't wait till I'm an adult. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and da-da. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was different when I became an adult, because I felt like adulthood meant freedom.
We all think that, don't we?
We all believe that.
We believe that, because when I'm an adult, I can do this and I can do that. I can say what I want to say. And
whole entire time you a slave to your next check, boy.
Slave to your parents.
But you know what freedom is? I learned that it's not freedom. I learned that freedom is what I have now, because I don't care about what other people think. I don't care about what other people say about me. The people pleasing thing is over and done with. So I am free from those expectations that that's what I need to be doing to be an adult, or to be, so no, those things are going.
Yeah.
I would honestly say that everything's not the end of the world. I have more options than I ever imagined, because I was kind of sitting down a somewhat narrow path, and I didn't understand that once I went outside, there were way more options available to me that I ever could imagine.
Right.
And I would say that's probably the biggest thing I learned. Like, wait a minute, you mean I can F up tomorrow and have a job by Tuesday? Wait a minute. What do you mean?
Or how about you can F up tomorrow and it's okay? Because tomorrow's another day. That too, right?
You mean I could break up with my girl and be okay? Whoa, what are you talking about? Like my parents been married since Methuselah. What is going on here? You know, it's like you didn't realize how many options you had until I realized how much until I became an adult and had to figure it out and realize that, oh, wait a minute. I don't have to like you? Bet. Cool.
And how about this one? I was just talking to my girl Keith before I got on the call that the idea that what you see other people doing and their life might look like it's better than yours, but in all actuality, it's not.
Oh my gosh, can you say that again for the people in the back and for this generation that's watching their friends
Twitter,
and people
Facebook,
that they don't social media? Like, please.
That everybody's doing so much better than you because that's what it looks like to your eye.
You know how many shots it took before that vacation got that picture? They ain't even on vacation. They down the street in a hotel.
That part.
Okay. Yeah. That they never checked in at. Taking pictures by their pool. Just stealing pictures by their pool.
Just creating
content. Or by they pool somebody else's pool because it might not even be theirs.
Exactly. I'm sitting on somebody else's car taking pictures.
Somebody else all of that. So that's what I'm saying. It ain't about what other people are doing. Just focus on yourself and what you're trying to do. Because everything that we see is not always what it really is.
There's a lot of people out here lying.
They're
Be the person who knows the truth. And you can't control anybody else. All you control is yourself. So establish what your truth looks like, whatever that means to you.
Like, absolutely.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, and the focus has to be on what you're doing. I mean, and if you're people like us, we do care about our community. So we care about the community too. So that's a part of our life. So at the end of the day, we care about ourselves, but we also care about you guys. For sure. That's why we're here. But I have another.
And yourself.
And also, one more thing, because I know we're going to end unless somebody else has something to say. One thing that I don't think I've ever felt this way because I've always felt like evolution is forever. Don't ever think that you stop growing.
Oh.
Because sometimes people get to a point in their adult life that this is it. I'm here. This is it. There's nothing more to do. I'm happy being sad.
Yeah, and that's the problem. If the adults around you weren't that happy, you think, well, this is right on time because you're supposed to be unhappy. Just like when people think when you have kids that your dreams are gone, you accept it. It's like that is not true. It's not true. You can't teach an old dog tricks.
That's it. And age doesn't mean that you have to stop. If you're still breathing, getting up every day, and you can move, or you might move like with a limp like me, it doesn't mean that things stop. You can still keep going.
I want to bring this full circle. Because I love what you're saying. Don't be like Michael Jackson with "This Is It," because y'all saw what happened when he said "This is it." He was done.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Running with Scissors.
Why, man? We got so close.
I love y'all. Because Penny was so enthusiastic with that. I was like, she's about to drop a bomb on us.
But she meant it. That's the wild part. She meant it.
She meant that. And I get it. Don't be like Michael Jackson kids. Don't be like Michael Jackson kids.
Okay? This is it. And he was done. Son.
And that was his last movie, and he was right.
He didn't even get to finish the tour. Be careful what you speak over your life.
He named his last tour "This Is It" and died.
I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure he meant musically. I don't think he wanted to.
Well, you never know.
When you sit prayers into the cosmos, you better put some details on it.
This is it mean.
When you got a guy you're paying to put illegal drugs in your system, it might be it, but I don't think he planned on it though.
I don't think he planned on it either, but I mean, maybe he didn't, but the universe did.
Or it's hard.
Put some details on them prayers.
You better put listen, what you speak into the atmosphere.
Right. Don't say
the reality.
Until next time. Right? It's the power.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's it.
Be careful. What the words say about the tongue?
Damn.
Y'all better be
Don't
careful.
be looking at me, eat like that. I saw that eye like
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
My God. Crash landing, but great show.
But before we end, I have a final thing, and I'm going to read it. One thing adulthood teaches you quickly is that the people you thought had all the answers were just doing their best like everyone else. Somewhere along the way, we realized nobody really has it all figured out.
Nope.
So please,
That's the truth.
Stay on your own path, stay on your own journey. Don't worry about what other people think, what other people doing. And social media is the thing. Oh my God, you're looking at social media and you think that, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to look like that, I need to dress like this, I need to wear this, I need to.
Unless you're watching real shows on social media, like the real people here.
Yeah, watch us. Yeah, watch us, because we got some stuff we want to talk about.
But I ain't gonna say be like me. I'm always gonna tell you be better than me. Always.
But just be yourself. That's fine.
Be better and always keep going. Like you got every day you wake up to do something again. If you messed up yesterday, it's okay.
I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can't be like him, okay? Because that's the one right
there.
That's
C over there. Stop playing right there. That is C over there. Stop playing with him. Stop.
He's humble if he want to.
Okay.
That's C. He can't see, but that's C.
That is C over there. Stop playing with him. Okay.
Anyway, in the immortal words of Young Thug, nigga, horses don't stop; they keep going. You can lose your life tomorrow, but you won't keep going.
We're gonna end on that note. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
They don't break again. Somebody's about to get fired in public.
No.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.